Who picked out this music?
I think I did like a while ago.
Because it's like, we're cool, man.
It is very cool.
Anyway, welcome to the Tom Bernard Podcast with the family. And of course, that would be
co-host Kathryn Burtt.
Andy Bernard.
And Kristyn Burtt.
Kristyn Burtt. Okay, Kristyn, I got to tell you this, and I don't want to talk about it very long, but I got to tell you this because I don't know that I'd even do it. But I've been getting these emails or text messages or whatever the hell they are from a guy that I went to high school with. So that was a few years ago. He is convinced, and he wants to write a book about how business and local government in Minnesota got me fired. Because they came on with us all, the Tim Wall stuff and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, you started transferring money and all that stuff. And this guy is absolutely certain, he's done the research, that they all got together to get me out of there because they didn't think anybody. Well, you know, Joe Souchere does a nice job. But I think I tended to be a little harder on people. Maybe. I don't know. For sure. I'm not. Look, Joe does a great job. Don't get me wrong. But that's kind of interesting. He wants to write a book about the fact that Tim Walz got me fired. I wonder if that's true.
I think you should just write a memoir and tell your story.
I've been trying to work on that, but
I know,
no one will just get it done. I don't know how to do it.
Whatever. All right. In any case, I'm taking over because Tim Walz is on his way out. Is he going to get fired? Sure sounds like it. I don't know.
think he's going to get fired, but I think he'll resign.
Well, he did resign.
Oh, my God. Did you see him ranting and raving like a lunatic?
The Republicans haven't seen anything yet. I'm going to push so hard, they're not going to know what happened to them.
I won't resign over my dead body. I'm like, whoa. This does not sound like somebody that is okay.
No, he's nuts. Well, he's a moron on top of it. Yeah. That's the biggest problem. Look, I mean, I'm in a situation, let's talk about this briefly, because I've talked about this quite a bit, that I like Democrats, I like Republicans, I do not like any extremist asshole opening their mouth. They've got to shut up in both parties. I am sick to death of them being so hurtful and hateful. It's disgusting. Where's the leadership in these parties? That's what I'd like to know.
I would love to know the answer to that. If anyone has an answer, and please do not give me a one-sided answer. Give me a balanced answer on it, and why politics is the way it is right now.
Well, the problem is that Walz was forced to do all the things he did because Donald Trump was mean to him. And
there you go.
Had to be mean to him because the left was being mean to Donald Trump, and they had to be mean to Donald Trump because, and so forth.
Unbelievable.
It's a toddler. Everyone's a toddler on the playground.
Yep.
It's so annoying. Actually, toddlers probably behave better at this point.
It is time to wrap it. And by the way, Minnesota is far and away ahead of everybody else in this bullshit. Oh my God!
We might be the worst state for that. Honestly,
No
the
question.
whole tantruming, everyone's yelling at each other and passing the buck, and it's really bad.
It says here, he goes on to blame Trump. Oh, it just switched as I was reading it. Sounds like it was complicit in a lot of the fraud. If they're not mean to each other, no one would listen or talk about it. Well, that's a very good point, Derek. If they're not mean to each other, no one would listen to them.
Oh, that's the
I
thing.
would because
It's like when Walz comes out and he says Donald Trump was mean to me. He gets, a 10 million views on all the different social media platforms, and we got people, flocking to him, tell him what a genius he is and how great he was for Minnesota, because they all just they want to own the other party. They don't want to just if Walz were to come out and be like, here's my 5-step plan for investigating this fraud, no one would even watch it. They'd be like, boring. I don't care.
You know what I love about this whole thing, and we'll move on from here, but it's just, I'm getting to the point, I can't stand to watch television anymore when politics are on, because it's all just me, me, me. It's all about me, more me now.
And you've been elected to serve the people, period.
Yes,
and
100%.
we've got health insurance a mess, an economy that's a disaster. You've got, and that's on a state and a national level. It's a mess.
Well, what I'd like to know is, okay, so the Department of Human Services has had whistleblowers in there for years and years. They've been retaliated against. They're terrified of speaking out. They all say, we're all Democrats. We're on your side. We don't want anyone to be upset about, us being Democrats. And they've been retaliated against by Walz's administration for years and years. how, I mean, isn't that an abuse of power? What sort of thing, what do you need to do as a politician to get people to not like you? I mean, I swear to God, it's just terrifying to me that he can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, for years and years. And finally, when it gets to be billions and billions of dollars in fraud, now people sit up and pay attention. It seems to me that when things start going sideways, there should be some sort of stopgap measure for the people. This is our tax money that he's squandering away.
Right.
Are you
He's
guys
supposed to be responsible for this. Our attorney general, all of them should be making sure each other are honest, not joining in on the grift. It's just terrifying to me that these government officials have no accountability to anybody.
is your state Congress, is it a supermajority like California, or
I think
I
right
think so.
now the Republicans have a thin majority.
In Minnesota?
In Minnesota, no.
I think.
God.
Oh,
I
don't
thought.
think so.
I thought after the last election, some other stuff started happening because this stuff.
Really?
Maybe.
No.
Maybe I could be wrong, but they've had a.
Well,
They've had 100% everybody in the metropolitan area, which is really the only thing that seems to matter
Right.
for
Oh, okay,
years
so-
and years. They've had a trifecta for years.
Senate is DFL 34, Republican 33. House is DFL 65, Republican 67. So Republicans do have a House majority, but the DFL has a Senate majority, but they're both razor thin. So
yeah,
There you go.
the checks and balance system in
Well-
politics in general is a mess right now.
I mean, story after story. The guard that shot Ashley Babbitt at the Capitol, the unarmed woman, he's also receiving millions of dollars. He has a daycare. All these daycares all
No.
throughout the country.
Yep.
We need to start a daycare. We could be raking in huge cash, not do one thing.
Can we use the title The Leaning Center?
We just need,
Leering.
I'm
we
going to
need
start a cat daycare.
exactly.
I'm going to just babysit cats all day. It's going to be the greatest job in the world.
Unfortunately, cats don't need daycare.
Yeah,
They're happy
probably
up
true.
by
You know what? In
themselves.
California, someone will want a cat daycare so their
Yes.
cats aren't alone. Because that is such a California
Absolutely.
thing to be started.
Yeah, and I mean they're blaming all of the people that are bringing this up. Like it's all everybody just hates brown people. That's why they're bringing this up. It's like it has nothing to do with being brown. If the people that are doing it are brown, well, that's their problem. If it were white
I
people
agree.
or whatever, purple people doing this, it's all wrong. Stealing is wrong.
It's true. That's just how it is. Now, we're deeply sad from our bullshit politics in America, which we need to get rid of all of them. I'm telling you, both
that
sides
would be
go.
great. That would be
We'll-
so
we'll-
great. I'm all for that.
Yeah, we'll repopulate both parties later. How about that? Kristyn Burtt Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. And if it's true that I did get fired because of Tim Walz's influence, Tim, you're horseshit at governor. You're a terrible human being. Go away.
The whole
Well-
thing everybody needs to just be kicked out,
I agree.
in my opinion.
I agree with you.
Seriously, just start all over again. And nobody who's had anything to do with any of these people can run for office. Just get out.
Kristyn, are there any funny shows coming on?
Well, I was like, let me start on a really happy note.
There you go.
You'll probably see a lot on the news today. This was the 1-year anniversary of all the fires starting here in Los Angeles.
yeah.
So we're seeing a lot of footage on that. And, you talk about local and state government. Just about. It's hard. It's hard to work through sometimes the permitting process to get your home rebuilt, and the insurance process. They will hold you up left and right, and that's been a big hot topic of discussion. But the good news is that people who are able to rebuild, that rebuilding process has already begun. So there is hope after a year of. It was
Yeah.
hard. It's hard to even go back and look at the footage. I think for a lot of us living here in Los Angeles, there's a lot of PTSD from those 2
No
weeks
question.
we experienced here.
I do remember working with you during that period, and by day I could see how things were going by looking in your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You were like, "Oh God, you got really worn out, I remember.
It was really exhausting. And I was doing
Yep.
like a lot of media hits across the country too. So you're talking about the trauma while experiencing the trauma. And I remember, because it all started on, it was Tuesday, January 7th. But on that Friday, I was on air with you. And I said, you know what? I think if we make it to about 5 p.m. or so, I think we should be out of the clear. And guess what? Right around 5 p.m. is when we got evacuation orders to go. And that was our weekend. Because it just kept on going. It just kept on spreading. We were impacted by the Palisades fire on our end. But, between the Eaton fire and the Palisades, it was brutal.
Sometimes you look at what humanity can accomplish. I mean, we have buildings reaching up into the clouds, and we have the Hoover Dam and that sort of thing. But when it comes to like a wildfire, there's nothing we can do. Just run away.
That's true.
Same thing that our ancestors were doing 200,000 years ago. Fire's coming, run away.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, too, the 100-mile-per-hour winds that we had on Tuesday, January 7th, you couldn't attack it by air. And like air drops, all the water drops are extremely important. That's why our neighborhood got saved, because it was Friday. The wind had died down. We live right near a lake, so it's very easy for the water to like scoop up, drop it down, and they were able to combat it. But unfortunately for the Palisades, that Tuesday was just like, the perfect storm of events happening all together. It was so sad.
Yeah, it's like I said, I've known you for many, many years now, and just to look in your eyes, you're going through a lot right now. You can tell.
Oh, hopefully not now.
No, I just mean you got a look on your face like you're a little worn out.
Oh, I'm not worn out. I'm
good. I'm
not worn out. No, but it would be my friend who did lose her home in the Eaton fire. She made a short film about it, so I'm going to see it. There's a film festival in the Altadena area on Saturday, so I'm going to go and see that. And a lot of the filmmakers who lost their homes kind of created art out of a really bad tragedy. So looking forward to seeing that.
That's magnificent. No question about it. All right, here you go. She looks good.
I'm like, I'm not sad today.
Someone wanted to know the tagline on my shirt. It's obscured. It says, "You can't scare me. I have 2 boys."
There you go.
I actually did get stopped by a woman at Macintoons because I was wearing this shirt, and I believe she said, "Try 5." And I was like, "I don't think I will."
5. Well, my mother did.
I don't think I will try that, thank you.
My mother had 5 boys and 2 girls. Unbelievable.
Yep.
Jesus. That was it back in the day, no question about it, but what the hell.
So it sounds like there was no hidden episode of Stranger Things after all, huh? Because it was supposed to come out today because 7...
Really?
Apparently 7 is like an important number, and everyone was like, they're going to release it on the 7th.
I told you guys. See, people need to believe me. I was like, I think that the conspiracy is that I think it's going to move into the Duffer Brothers spin-off where they do new decade, new cast, but there's going to be a thread that'll somehow tie it to the original Stranger Things.
Well, so what is like the gist of the show for people such as myself and Tom who don't have any idea? Like, I know they're playing Dungeons and Dragons, and then there's this upside down.
Upside down.
That's where my knowledge ends, right there.
Right.
Yeah, well, it's about a town that is experiencing the upside down or the supernatural, and of course, there's an evil corporation that is doing experiments in the town, and it's how the town fights back.
So, could it go backwards in time or only forwards?
It could. It certainly could go backwards in time. You definitely could do that. I mean, there already is a prequel in the West End and Broadway show to this. So if you go and see theater, you can see the prequel play to it. And then the animated series, which is coming later this year, is falling between the 2nd and 3rd season in the of the actual show. So there's different ways for them to sort of continue the story, but I think that they're going to just continue the supernatural thread of either the town or the actual demon, because I think Vecna will come back somehow. That's my thought.
He's a demon, basically.
Yeah, demon of the upside down.
Oh, okay, I see.
I mean, I'm calling him a demon. Other people might call him something a little bit different, but I would say it's a demon.
There you go. I just would like to thank our listeners because so far I've gotten about 165 votes for governor.
Yeah, you sure have.
You do not want to run for governor.
Not. Oh, I do not want to run for governor.
You're running on the Pepperidge Farm platform.
Pepperidge Farm.
Well, first off,
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
you'd have to move back up here to be governor. So
Well, that's true, yeah.
you already spent all that time moving down there. So
Yeah, I just, like I said, the problem I'm having right now, and it really is a problem for me because my head is spinning. I love Minnesota. I love growing up there and going to see my grandparents up in Long Prairie. And I worked in Fargo and Grand Forks, right on the border of Minnesota. Worked in Duluth. I worked all over Rochester. You know, I had different jobs all over the state. I adore Minnesota. I love it. But some of you people are the biggest assholes I have ever dealt with. Why do they want to be that way? Why do you want to be like that? I don't get it.
just polarization. Minnesota is the most polarized state, I would bet.
Minnesota nice.
It's got to be up
that's,
there.
yeah, that's Minnesota.
I experienced Minnesota nice firsthand. It's hard. It's hard. It's a hard state to move to as an outsider.
Well, I'll tell you what. You may have been there when this happened, but I don't remember how many years ago it was. But that Minnesota nice thing was all over downtown Minneapolis. Remember that? Minnesota nice, Minnesota nice. I said, what is that bullshit? Minnesota nice?
I know.
You're either nice or you're
nice.
Yeah, right.
It was the hardest state. I've lived obviously in New York, Minnesota, California, obviously Massachusetts, of course. I lived in North Carolina for a summer. It was the hardest state to make friends in.
Oh, it's very, very difficult.
And I'm
There's no
a
doubt
pretty
about
friendly person. I'm not, if you're like, hey, let's go for coffee, I'll meet a new friend.
Right.
I'm totally open to that. Minnesota was brutal.
And again, we're not talking about the state of Minnesota is wonderful. It's some of the people. You are just such assholes. Why do you want to be that way? I just don't. You disagree with me, so I'm going to try to harm you. What? We've had different lives. We grew up differently. All these things happened, but you want me to believe everything you believe? Well, that's not going to happen. We're
there's
different
always
people.
going to be a contingent of people who just want to harm others.
I guess.
In any way they can.
I don't get it.
And usually, often, the best way to do that is to attach yourself to a harmful yet acceptable political ideology.
Yeah.
We've seen it over and over. I mean, we got like the Days of Rage, the Ku Klux Klan.
There you go.
Leather Underground. There's always going to be a place where evil people can go to be evil.
Well, I will tell you, Andy, you made the perfect comparison because I've done a lot of studying over the years and all the rest of it, and I'm being very serious about this. You extreme people on either side, you're basically the Ku Klux Klan now. I hope you're happy with that.
I don't think they care.
They don't care if they're the KKK.
Well, it's like a schoolyard bully. Does he care that he's the schoolyard bully? No, he likes it.
No, that's true. You're absolutely right. Aren't you glad you only got a couple of minutes left?
Oh my God, talking about politics makes me cross my eyes.
No, it's not politics. It's the people. Politics are fine.
People who are attracted to politics, though, it's a certain personality. You have to think about that, and there's a lot of narcissism in politics. So and I think that's.
If there were no political places for them to go, I mean, there's always like cults for them to start. Religious positions of power, that sort of thing. They can always become teachers that abuse students. There's always places for people like that to go. It's just politics is the easy one right now.
Right.
So it's really more about human nature than politics, I would say.
And politics also has a spotlight, and people who are drawn to the spotlight and want that fame and want that money and want that power. And I would say that politics, more so than like Hollywood, is drawing the narcissist. If you would ask me even 5 years ago, I'd be like, oh yeah, for sure, Hollywood's the one that draws all the narcissists because it's an easy way to get famous. I don't think that that's the case anymore. I actually think politics is where people are drawn to. So.
No, I think you're probably right about that. It's one of those situations where we're trying to slog through life. There's no question about it. People have different views, but I still don't understand this. And I've said this before. I have, and Andy can tell you this is true, and if Kathryn were here, she'd tell you it's true. I have several friends, and by several, I'm guessing somewhere around 10 to 12, and maybe more than that, who are very liberal Democrats. And I have the same number of friends on the other side who are very tight-lipped about it all and want to be more conservative. I don't love them for their politics. I love them because they're my friends. I admire what they've done. They've been a great influence on my family and all the rest of it. I don't care who you vote for. You want to vote Democrat, you want to vote Republican, but could you please get rid of these slimy assholes that are there for the money? How about that? Why don't we get rid of those?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I think it's weird.
Sounds.
Yeah, when everyone blindly follows politicians, I'm like, that is weird.
I know.
Blindly follows or aligns themselves with a party. I think, again,
Yep.
I was like, landing somewhere, or no party preference is a happy place to be for me.
So here we go. Big Dave sent in, Tom, KKKKK, I'm choking. He's right, though. It's all about money. So there you go. And I'm sorry but I really am getting so sick of it, Kristyn. Could you serve the people? Could you not hurt people because they don't agree with you? We're not cave people. Are we getting back to being cave people? That's what cave men and women used to do.
I mean, debatably, we still are. At least on a biological level, right?
No question.
Some of the intelligences of K people.
You got that right.
I like
Kristyn.
look at grammar because obviously I write for a living, and sometimes
Yep.
I watch people like the way certain words have just become vernacular, and it's incredibly incorrect grammar, and it grates. It's like nails on a chalkboard for me. I'm like, how did this become? It's like ran instead of run. Casted instead of cast. Like it's really, and it's just like really random words, but I'm like, how did this happen? How did people not learn this in school? But I guess that's where we are.
I was just told by a listener they learned that at the Leaning Center.
The leering.
Have you heard about that? We'll close with this.
Oh, yes, I know exactly. It's one of the daycare centers with a misspelled
The
sentence.
Leaning Center. So you're going to teach my kid how to read,
I'm gonna
but
dump
you
my kid
can't
off.
read.
I'm going to dump my kid off at the Leaning Center. Are they
Leaning
leaning left or are they leaning right? Like, I need
good
to know that.
call. Good call. It's all about politics.
See, critical thinking still exists.
I love it. Kristyn, you're the best in the business. Thank you so much. And I can tell by looking in your eyes, there's some stuff going on. And
There's not anything going on.
I guarantee you there
I
is. You
am
can lie to
totally-
yourself.
I'm not lying to myself. I am totally fine. I'm so happy to be in 2026. You have no idea.
Okay, good. Well, like I said, you're a very dear friend of the family's, and I just, keeping an eye out. That's
Yeah,
all
no,
I'm
I'm
saying.
good. I'm
All right,
totally
excellent.
good.
We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you all tomorrow. We'll have SAG Awards, and today is Nick Reiner's arraignment, so we'll have updates on that case as well.
Nick Reiner, what the hell? What are you doing?
He's in jail, exactly where he belongs. So.
Well, yes, exactly. But is he that nuts? I've heard forever he's been really crazy.
We'll see what happens. We'll see if they're going to try and go for that insanity plea. But the evidence already, it's going to be super hard to go down that route because the movements he made after committing the crime, he made movements that clearly indicate he knew that he killed his parents. So.
No question.
Yeah.
All right, my dear, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
See y'all tomorrow.
Thanks a lot. Kristyn Burtt Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. We'll take a break. Be right back. More joy and happiness coming up next. From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Allie?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands-free, but you can't have your phone in your hands for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget. And now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB, something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Let's take a second to talk about my bank, and that would be North American Banking Company. As a business owner, you're always looking for opportunities to grow, and that's where North American Banking Company can help. Their business banking team offers tailored solutions, whether you're expanding your team, opening a new location, or upgrading equipment. Because they're locally owned, loan decisions are made right here in the Twin Cities, which means faster approvals and more flexibility to meet your needs. If you're ready to take your business to the next level, Why not bank with my friends at North American Banking Company? Visit nabanco.com to learn more. We're rocking out, man.
On.
There you have it.
Hello. Not
He
yet.
doesn't have it yet. Any second now. That's all we have to say. No.
There it ought to be.
Do I have it now?
Oh,
Yes.
you got it. Yep.
Yes,
you're
we
good to
do.
go. No question about it. So this is a.
You're going to pull
I
the
guess
camera out. You guys talk.
Okay.
This is a new.
Hi, how are you?
Well, I get interrupted on this show quite a bit, I'll tell you that. But no, things are really good as a matter of fact. I just, and I don't want to go on and on and on about politics, but I'm having a very hard time with these extremist political people hurting other people just because they don't agree. What the hell's wrong with you?
I couldn't agree with you more.
It's
I
got to
don't watch
stop.
news, so I don't have any idea what you're talking about, but I couldn't agree with you more.
Well, you know what I'm saying. It's like it's not enough that I identify as this or that, but I have to harm you because you don't agree with me. Harm your business, harm your personal life. Just hurt people. I don't understand why you'd want to do that. I really don't get it.
I put my phone number out there so people could call me and ask me permission on these kind of things, but nobody ever calls to ask me anything about them.
No.
I agree with you. You know what? If we just everybody just took a couple minutes to love one another, we wouldn't have any problem.
Absolutely. And again, you lived a different life than I did. You can have a different viewpoint if it's just way far left, way far right, or whatever. I have friends in both those arenas, by the way. And you came up differently. You have a different life than I do. I would respect your position unless you start hurting people for disagreeing with you. Then I cannot tolerate that. It's
I have to agree
horrible.
with you.
And if you
I have
always
to agree
notice,
with you. And I'm sure that if we talked long enough, we would get to a point where we found something that we disagreed on.
yeah, I don't know, man. It's going to take a while.
It might.
But
Might
yeah,
take
I
a
know
while.
that I've been, but I just want this literally hurts me to watch people that I thought were decent people just come apart at the seams, and it's always about politics, which is always about money. That's all this is.
Yeah.
All right, let's have some enjoyment now, unless Andy talks behind your back because you're sitting right in front of him.
He does it all the time.
He does
Pretty
it
much
all
my
the
job.
time.
Not
All
calling people's
the time.
packs on the
I suppose
couch.
that is true.
Yeah.
So what's going on, Pally? Anything cool? You still on the road all the time?
I'm not on the, well, it's wintertime, so I'm not on the
that's
road
true, yeah,
as much.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not,
true.
I was only on the road for, I think, 8 days in December.
Oh,
So I'm
okay.
not on the road quite as much. Actually, now we're in January. We've got a little downtime. We're working really, really hard on that celebrity golf outing that, if you remember right, last time I was on the program, I invited you to, and you were quick to say, yes, you'll be there to go golfing.
And what's the date again?
That's going to be June 29th. Actually, we've
Yep.
we've confirmed a few things since last time.
Okay, good.
It will be June 29th. It will be at the Delwood Country Club in White Bear Lake.
Oh, is Jesse going to be there? He used to be a member,
I haven't talked to Jesse about that yet.
There you go.
We'll see what his contribution looks like.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
You know, if he's got to bring a staff of 15 people for a protection ring, I'm going to say probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not. But I've had a lot of conversations with Jesse. I think
Me
Jesse's
too.
a wonderful person to talk to.
I got
You
no
know, as
problem
long
with
as
that.
as long as the subject of your conversation is Jesse.
Well, that's the problem right there. Jesse is all about
But he
this.
does have a lot of things to talk about.
I've always liked the guy from back in the weightlifting days to him, being on the radio and then him being governor. And I think the world of Jesse. It's just that Jesse's got one of those kind of brains. Unless you agree with 100% of what I agree with, then I don't like you. It's like, well, I'm not you,
it's
so
been
that
a
ain't
couple
going to
years
happen.
since I talked to him. Last time I talked to him, we talked at length about his custom-made motorcycle
Yeah,
and how he used to ride with whatever group that was that he used to ride with. I don't even remember what they were.
Wasn't it Hell's Angels, was it?
No,
I didn't think so. I
no,
didn't
those
think
guys
so.
are a little smarter than that. I can't remember which. By the way,
Speaking of Hell's Angels, that patch right there says independent for a reason.
Yeah, independent for a reason.
Independent for a reason.
And I think more of us need to speak up and say, look, you people on the extreme left and the extreme right, shut the hell up. Let's come together, work together. Just stop with all the harming people with your speech. Look, people have lost their jobs because of that. It's just disgusting. It really is.
Yeah, it's kind of nasty that we can't all just think like I do with the Gold Star Ride Foundation.
There you go.
We're all about just taking care of. Just going to take a page out of Jesse's book and talk about myself for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Hard to believe.
Yeah, we're just in the business of honoring those families that that ponied up a life. So you and I could sit here and talk bad about all the way politics are being handled in the country.
Well, no, again, it's not even that. I like Democrats. I like Republicans. I just don't like these psychopaths who have extreme views. God.
Yeah, and I feel the same way.
I think most people do, but they're afraid to talk about it. So I guess I'll be the leader and talk about it first. Get your head out of your ass.
You know what? I'm going to jump on your bandwagon.
There you go. I like it.
Jump right on your bandwagon.
That works for me. It is a wonderful... Minnesota is a wonderful... Do you know how lucky you are that we have 15,000 lakes, that we have these beautiful northern drives, southern part of the state, the western part of the state, the eastern part of the state, which is where Minneapolis, St. Paul is. It's a magnificent, magnificent place to live. I just can't stand the extreme political views and the hatred for other people. Now, here's a name just popped up very quickly. Name just popped up. I love this man. He's very liberal. He's got a lot of different views than I do. But I absolutely love Don Shelby. And MBO 0711 Bowen mentioned Don. I adore Don. He and I agree about pretty much zero in politics, but we're dear friends. I love the man. Every time I needed support, we'd go up on the roof at Channel 4 and smoke a cigar. And by the time I left, I felt much better. Don Shelby is a wonderful human.
There's a few people like that in the world, and he happens to be one of them.
We got to get Don on the show again, Andy, one of these days.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely will. Well, our 3,000th episode is coming up, so...
Ooh, Don on the 3,000.
Yeah. That's going to be sometime in April, I believe. We're at 2922 today.
922.
2922. So we're
2922. Oh, my God.
78 episodes away from 3,000.
Jesus. Unbelievable.
That's a whole lot of episodes.
So in April, are you back in this studio?
Yes. Are you? In April?
Yeah, I think it's April.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
I follow your mom's lead. It's just your mother. Don't tell her I said this either. Okay. That woman, why she doesn't do real estate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We went and looked at a new place because we want to downsize. It's just Kathryn and me and all the rest of it. Well, we ended up upsizing, which was kind of weird.
Downsize? You're not downsizing.
So we are definitely not downsizing. We had a place about twice as big. She bought it for a price that is apparently right now $150,000 under its value, and they project within the next year it's going to go up by several other clicks. So she's buying a place that's going to be worth 50% more than we paid for. So let's say we paid, $5. Well, now we're going to be in a place that's worth $7.50, $8. I mean, it's just, she's so good at that stuff. Why, Andy? How did she get so good at that?
I mean, we were both realtors for a while. She had her license for a long time.
Yeah, she did.
I don't know. I think she let it lapse like a few years ago, but yeah, she had her license for probably at least 10 years.
She did, but I just cannot believe that woman, how she looks at real estate and it's like, oh yeah, we can do this. You buy a paid place for $4, you put 50 cents into it, and it's now worth $7. I mean, she's really good at that kind of thing. All right, and they want to know, how do you like those pillows, Tony?
Well, I got nobody else to sit next to, so
yeah, that's
there
right.
you go.
Exactly.
That's what they're for.
There you go.
Visual filler.
I'm just a little bit saddened because I'm pretty sure my wife's printing company did not make those.
Really?
Your wife has a printing company?
My wife has a printing company.
Oh.
Okay, we have to get some new stuff then. That's all I have to say.
There you go.
Throw it all away.
Well, those were gifts to us, actually.
Oh.
Do you know who made those? Andy?
Is that a hint?
Yes, is that
You need me to
cough
give
it
you
up, Tony?
Can your wife have the entire sofa reprinted with Tom Bernard Podcast logo?
Oh, right there. There you go.
I'm sure we can get that done.
Nope.
You know, you used to joke about my wife. The first time that we were on the air together, I think that was in the summer of 2018.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Yep.
Long time ago.
I might be able to tell you, actually.
It was the other broadcast. But you're making jokes on the air that you knew my wife longer than you knew me.
Well, didn't I?
Because she's the cigar roller.
Right, exactly. That's exactly right. So I see her at all the golf events.
Oh, sure. She still does them.
Well, you were on this show in March of 2018, so it couldn't have been too long after you were on KQ.
Yeah, they were within a couple months of each other.
So yeah, it would have been like early 2018. So it's been 8 years already.
The big kickoff was actually this is a nice little segue. The big kickoff for you and I was when we met at someplace in Punta Cana.
Oh, in Punta Cana, yeah, I remember that. Yep.
And we had a cigar together, and that was we don't have that place anymore.
You know what's so great about that trip? We all went down, went through the first night, and as I woke up early, because I so used to getting up at 3 a.m. to go do the morning show, I woke up early, just early enough to look out the window and see the police leading away one of our listeners to jail. I will never forget that. So I went down there and say,
that story.
yeah, I mean, I used to do that once in a while. Our people get arrested, and I would go down to the police department and say, hey, is there any way we're going to get them out of here in the next 48 hours? I promise. I used to have to do that quite often, actually, bail some of our listeners out of jail.
And that's why you don't like the Dominican Republic. Okay.
So I never mind the Dominican.
Celebrity golf thing that we're going to do in June.
All right, I want to hear more about this, yes. Yep.
We're asking the sponsors to get involved with it for our next golf outing, which is going to be in January 2027.
Where?
And we're actually going to fly a whole bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually going to fly a whole bunch of people down to Punta Cana.
Punta Cana is great.
And we're going to go to Cap Cana and stay at one of the resorts over there in Cap Cana. I don't know if you're familiar with that or not.
Yeah, yep.
But we're going to go down there for 5 days. So the sponsorship for this summer 2026 golf outing will piggyback onto the January 2027 5 days of golf in Punta Cana, all to just help us raise money for the Gold Star Ride Foundation, which helps keep me on the road so I can go out and visit Gold Star families.
Right.
In December, in fact, I got to buy we got to buy a new water heater for a Gold Star widow.
Oh, see, there you go.
So that's the kind of stuff that we do. It just kind of falls out of the sky, and we do everything that we can. And the biggest problem that we've run across in the last 6 years that we've been doing this, the biggest problem we run across is that we run out of money before we run out of Gold Star families that need some help.
Oh, God, yeah.
So our Laugh Ride this year, Laugh is, of course, short for Long Ass Fundraiser. Our Laugh Ride this year is going to be nationwide. It's going to be a nationwide thing. You sign up for it on our website, and then you ride 250 miles in a day, anywhere in the country,
right.
With any group that you want to ride with. And you just monitor your stuff. You got to take pictures, got to get gas receipts, take pictures of your odometer, let us know where you're going, what your route is, and all that stuff. And then we'll get you some really great certificates of completion, some patches for your vest, some really cool stuff like that. But we're doing a 250-mile ride. Anybody can join in anywhere they want in the country. 250 miles because the country's 250 years old this year.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So it is.
It is, yep.
So that's kind of our big deal. The country's 250 years old.
It's 1776, baby.
Yeah, so July 4th, it'll be 250 years, huh?
250.
Hey, we could have a moment of silence for our 250th birthday.
Yeah, there you go.
I remember as a kid hearing about the bicentennial a lot.
The bicentennial was a big deal in 76.
People, they made a big deal about it. Now it's
I'm sure you remember, Tom.
Absolutely.
1976.
How many bicentennial quarters did you pick up?
I don't know. God, probably some.
Oh, I'm sure we all got some.
I'm sure we all got some, exactly. No, I got to be honest with you. That kind of stuff is always I've loved that. Well, first of all, I actually absolutely love being an American. I love being a Minnesotan. I love being from the Twin Cities. I love being from North Minneapolis and everywhere else I've ever lived. I've been very, very happy with my life so far. Yes, we were destitute and poor, and a lot of people being murdered in the family and all. But you know what? Because of the strength of my mother and my older sisters, I got through it. And I wish people would always look at it that way instead of, oh my God, it was terrible. But outweighing that was the strength of my two sisters, because my brother was in Vietnam, so we weren't even there. But yeah, I mean, it's that kind of thing that I like about you, that you do all these benefits for people who really deserve your help. I love that.
It's nice to hear you say.
It's true.
So
though.
a Gold Star family is any family with a relative who was killed in combat.
You use we don't want to use the word relative. What we say is a Gold Star family is immediate family members of somebody killed in the military, and this includes moms, dads, stepmoms, stepdads,
Good.
Brothers, sisters, stepbrothers, stepsisters, half sisters, half brothers, sons and daughters, and I think that's where it stops.
And so forth.
No, and so forth. That's kind of where we have
and so
somewhere.
forth. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we have to draw the line somewhere. So it's also true for half kids and stepkids.
So how many new Gold Star families are made every year?
That's a Google question.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's a lot.
And it's also a little bit dependent on how you calculate it.
Right.
The U.S. government uses a different system of calculating Gold Star families than the Gold Star Ride Foundation does. The Gold Star Ride Foundation says that we have two rules. Did they wear a uniform? Was there a funeral? And if those two criteria are met, then they're a Gold Star family. The U.S. government and the Department of Defense, they have some slightly different rules. And I don't want to get into the politics of those things because that creates arguments as well. But the DOD says KIA is Gold Star.
Okay, yeah.
Only KIA is Gold Star. Any other death in the military is a next of kin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So it's a different term. We're just too simple-minded to have two different terms, so we just call everybody Gold Star families. And we don't get involved with things like honorary discharge or dishonorable discharge or any of that other stuff either, because this is a true story. Can I tell you a true story about when I was in the Navy?
Love to hear it.
There was when I arrived at my duty station, there was a first-class petty officer that would have been an E6. So for those of you playing along at home, it would have been a chevron just like this one, but 3 chevrons underneath the bird instead of just 2. Anyway, he was an E6, and he had been in for 17 years. And there's a couple of military people out there going, wait a minute, he's only an E6? He's been in for 17 years? Well, he got busted down a couple of times. Anyway, he served in Vietnam, did tours in Vietnam, and then he switched. He switched from the Army to the Navy, and then he was a peacetime Navy guy for the rest of his career. Desert Storm didn't start till after he got out. But the reason he got out is in the mid-'80s under Ronald Reagan and Nancy Reagan and her Just Say No campaign, there was a zero-tolerance policy for any illegal drug use in the military. And our unit decided to implement that by having payday meetings. So twice a month, everybody had to be there for a meeting. And at the end of the meeting, they threw out a deck of cards and everybody took a card and the high and the low had to go pee in a bottle.
Huh.
So for your analysis, right? So this guy, this first-class petty officer who got busted down once before I got there, he popped a positive, and they busted him down to an E5, the same rank that I was. Well, I wasn't that rank at the time, but that's the same rank that I ended with. Anyway, 6 months later, we're at a payday meeting, and he gets another low card, and he pops a second positive.
Ooh.
Now, this guy, when we show up twice a year, when the uniforms change from summer whites to winter blues, or vice versa,
Right.
during the payday meeting, we would get together for a picture in our dress uniforms. Now, this guy would show up in his dress blues, and he was covered on both sides with ribbons and medals. Covered. The shit that he did in Vietnam was unspeakable. I mean, just...
Oh, yeah.
He had them all. Excuse me. He had all of them. And he had 17 years experience in the military. And he popped that second positive. They busted him down to an E4 and gave him a dishonorable discharge.
Oh, God.
After 17 years and the ability to earn all of those medals.
Yep.
I think the only medal he did not earn was the Medal of Honor.
Really?
Probably. Because he was just covered with medals. But when we look at somebody like that, and like I said, we have two rules. Did they put on a uniform, and was there a funeral? In our book, because he did what he did, at the end of his life, his family are Gold Star families. They're Gold Star family members. Because he pulled off what he pulled off that was necessary for the United States to remain the country that we know and love today.
Jesus. Isn't that amazing?
That's why we keep those rules as simple as they are. Because, and I lost touch with that guy, and I really wish I could find him and befriend him again. But, we do our best to move on. One of the things that is true for a lot of military folks, I think I said this last time I was on, is that when two guys are walking elbow to elbow and there's somebody from another country who's shooting bullets at them, trying to kill them, they will often say to each other something along the lines of, if something happens to me, make sure my wife gets this letter.
Right.
If something happens to me, do this for my family. Please do this for my family. So that's really the nuts and bolts of what the Gold Star Ride Foundation is all about. What we're doing is what that fallen hero asked us to do. I think we've even gotten it written into our mission statement now, is what we do is whatever the fallen hero would have done.
Oh, that's very good. I love that.
Very simple, very to the point. Just like this woman in December called us up and said, it's an emergency. I don't have any hot water in my house. And we made a couple of phone calls, and she had hot water in her house the next morning.
Wonderful.
And, that's because if her husband was still alive, isn't that what he would have done? Mm-hmm. Of course it is. And so that's what we do. We do it across the board. This particular one happened to be in Tennessee, but we do them in Florida. We got a lot of Gold Star families in Florida, even as far away as Key West, or the Independent Nation of Cook.
Yes.
Yeah, as far away as Key West, we're going to be in Florida in April. That's why I asked what day you're going to be back in this studio.
When in April? When in April are you coming down?
We haven't confirmed it yet, but probably one of the second 2 weeks, somewhere in the second 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. I'll still
right now, that's where motorcycle is.
Right.
Motorcycle's in Florida, so I got to fly down there and get it. And on the way back, we're planning to stop and see Gold Star families in North Carolina, South Carolina, West Virginia, New Jersey, Massachusetts, and Vermont, I think.
Oh my God, that's a big move.
And then we'll cut west and see what happens and see who we get to meet up with. And a lot of times when we're out on rides like this, I'll leave Pennsylvania, for example, and I'll take that U.S. Highway 6 across the northern half of Pennsylvania, which incidentally, if you like road trips, the U.S. Highway 6 across northern Pennsylvania is a wonderful, wonderful trip. It's 2 tanks of gas on the motorcycle, and the longest stretch of straight, flat road is a half mile.
Oh, God.
That's a thrill. It's beautiful, just gorgeous through those mountains. Anyway, we'll be riding through those mountains, and we'll stop for gas when we get to Ohio, and the email will say, stop and see me, I'm in Detroit. Or the email will stop and see me, I'm in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Or I'm in someplace in Wisconsin. And we'll add that to our list. And, we plan these things to take 5 days to get from Florida to Minnesota. But if it takes us 17 days, then it takes us 17 days and we get the mission accomplished.
Why don't we take a break here, Andrew?
Yes, that's probably a good idea considering it's already 11:30, huh?
Oh my God! It is 11:30.
Maybe we should just roll the last two breaks together.
Well, you can if you want.
Yeah, let's just go.
It starts with Welshire, doesn't it?
It'll be Valley, Welshire, and then we'll do the recruitment thing, like right after Welshire.
You got it. I'll do it.
Would be a good idea.
Perfect.
All right, we will return.
You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. That's a signpost up ahead. Your next stop, the Automotive Twilight Zone, one without sedans.
Is it really otherworldly that crossover and sport utilities have replaced sedans? I asked Brett Paul of the Valley Group of GM dealerships.
When you consider ease of entry, visibility, cargo space, and of course all-wheel drive traction, it really shouldn't be a surprise.
But what about things like style, comfort, luxury, and technology?
GMC has been refining this class of vehicles probably longer than any manufacturer. The new GMCs make sedans and minivans, the mom jeans, or black and white TVs of people haulers.
So what are the current GMC crossover and sport utility offerings?
See our sensibly priced Terrains, Acadias, and Yukons at Valley Buick GMC in Apple Valley and Valley GMC in Hastings.
A fifth dimension, beyond human knowledge, a place between light and shadow.
No, not really.
Oh, that's nice.
And that's how it ends.
I love that, though. A lot of good friends in that deal right there. A lot of people I did the voiceover with. And, of course, the owner, Jim Paul, we were pretty close for many, many years. Still are. It's time for Welshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities. Welshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities are a place where your loved one will live with pride and dignity. If you care deeply about someone in your life, Welshire is the place I highly recommend. Welshire is a memory care-focused facility, has a full nursing team, always staffed within the building, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They have never used or relied on any staffing agencies. Welshire Medina now accepting elderly waivers after 12 months of private pay. I know them personally, and they are a family-owned local company conveniently located right in Medina and Bloomington. They're the best staff memory care facility in the state. Welshire is a robust community with activities 7 days a week. If your loved one is in need of a memory care facility, please get in touch with my friends at Welshire. Set up a tour or learn more at welshiremn.com. That's WEALSHIREMN.com. We want our listeners to support local businesses. You know that. And the best way they can do that is by hearing about them first. If you're looking to spread the word about your business, we'll work with you to get what you need. Whether you're looking for one spot a week or multiple a day, you can even schedule in-studio interviews for that personal touch. If you're interested or simply want to ask some more questions, just go to tombernardpodcast.com and click Advertise with Us up top. Well, it's a good thing we got that in. We only got 12 minutes left.
Yeah, well, we started 10 minutes late, and then we started talking.
That's true. One thing I got to mention before we do move on here, it's interesting. Tony talking about all these different things going on in his world and all the rest of it. And what that does for me, every time you do that, because I was 18 years old, maybe 17 when the Vietnam War started. What year did we get involved in Vietnam? Was that like 68 or something?
That's kind of a tough question because we were actually President Truman sent troops over in 47.
That's right.
Eisenhower sent in a few advisors. Most people called Vietnam 1960 to 1975.
Yeah,
because Kennedy was actually the first one to put boots on the ground.
Right, but there was never any official declaration of war, so there's no, you can say, oh, it's this day.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that would make sense, because I'd have been about 10 when it started, and I would have been, about 18, 19. How many years did it go?
1975 officially.
So 75. 15. So yeah, I would have been 24
Actually went to December 31st, 1975, officially.
So I would have started, it started when I was 10 and it ended when I was 24.
Yeah, basically your entire adolescence was the Vietnam War.
Was the Vietnam War.
Fun stuff.
And the amazing thing about
that. You're like this close to going yourself.
Yeah. Well, you were drafted, right? Technically?
I was drafted, yeah.
Yeah.
But I was a power lifter and I had a hernia, so they wouldn't let me in.
Mm-hmm.
They said, you cannot come into the... Well, I was drafted in the Marine Corps, too, not the Army. I was drafted into the Marine Corps. And then they said, we can't deal with it.
That's why if there's ever a draft again, I'm going to have Ethan become a power lifter.
Yeah, there you go. So we can't go.
Colin, I don't have to worry about because he's still 9th percentile for height and weight, so I don't think the Army's going to want him.
So I want to tell you,
I don't think that you have to worry about a draft.
No, I doubt it.
Maybe not. In any case, it's one of those situations where I look back every time that comes up, or you talking about like what you're talking about, serving the people, taking care of the people that took care of us. I mean, I cannot tell you how many friends of mine came home in a box from Vietnam, and I'll never forget the first one, and it had to be the first one, of course, and I won't use anybody's name here, but it was a friend of the family's son. So it wasn't just I knew him. Our families knew each other, met, had, things together all the time, all the rest of it. So I heard he had been killed in Vietnam. They flew him home, and they had him in dress uniform with the cap. The hat, not the cap. The hat, the lid, I guess is what they always called it to me anyway. But I walk up to the casket. And at this time, I think it was like 12, 13, something like that. Maybe, I don't know for sure. But I walk up and I look down at my friend, and you can see that even though he had his hat on, there was a reason he had his hat on, because his head had no top to it. It was like literally just above the eyebrows. There was nothing there anymore. It has been blown completely off his head.
That'll leave a mark.
Yeah.
God. Well, I'm still carrying it with me about 50 years later, or 60 years later. Yeah,
you bring it up every so often.
Yeah. Incidentally, that's also referred to as a cover.
A cover. That's exactly right.
A lot of people in the military refer to it as a cover. I not to take anything away from your story.
No, I understand.
Because a lid is a helmet, right?
There weren't any helmets in my Navy.
No?
No, we had Dixie.
Oh, I see.
I had Dixie cup.
I think you're just
with what I had.
I think your mic just got knocked off when you were coughing there. I will.
You were talking out your ass for a second there.
I'm just going to show all the listeners how we do this.
I want everybody to know.
We do that quite frequently.
How it works.
I just got to put it right here next to the patch that says I smoke cigars to piss you off.
There you go. Perfect.
Well, I got to get you one of those patches.
I gotta again just bring this up very, very quickly. It's so amazing that I was not involved in Vietnam. I never went to Vietnam. Several of my friends did. Some of them didn't come back. And all of these years later, all of these many, many years later, so 60 years later, I still carry that with me because they were 18 years old and never came back home.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I know.
Yeah, I was doing, you reminded me, I was doing a little fundraising activity. I got to set up a tent on a tee on a golf course for a fundraising activity, fundraising tournament that was going on. So I'm just working the tee, right? I'm just sitting there in the shade, doing my thing to tell people about the Gold Star Ride Foundation. 2 golf carts pull up, and they got 2 golfers in each one. And the front one, and they're, 30 yards away from me. But I could see the front one. The guy was wearing a ball cap that said Vietnam veteran.
Oh, okay.
And he stepped out of his golf cart, and he started walking toward me. And as soon as he was looking in my general direction, I stood up, went to the edge of the tent, and I just stood there in a salute like that.
Oh, God.
By the time he took 5 more steps, he was in tears.
Oh, yeah.
He was.
Oh, yeah.
And it took him a while to regain his composure, but he did. He regained his composure, and he came up to me, and he's wiping his eyes, and he said, it's been 50 years, and it still tears me apart.
Oh, there's no question about it. It just did me. While you were talking about these things, I'm tearing up sitting here by myself, thinking back all those friends that I lost in the Vietnam War all those years ago. It's amazing.
Have you been to the wall?
To the wall in Washington?
In Washington, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And there,
I found your friends.
I found every one of them, as a matter of fact. That wall is fantastic. It is.
Yeah, for anybody out there who has not seen the wall, put it on top of your bucket list.
Yep.
You got to. It is unspeakable what it feels like to be there.
Yep.
It's. We don't have enough words in the English language to accurately describe what you go through, whether you knew anybody there or not.
Mm-hmm.
I knew a handful of people who went to Vietnam, and most of them fell into that category of he came home from the war, but he never left the war.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So we had a lot of that, and they've all gone on now, but I have met with Gold Stars, and they asked me to please look up their family member.
Oh, sure.
And I've done a lot of that. I've got a lot of etchings. I got to meet with the oldest Gold Star mom in history.
Oh, really?
On her 105th birthday. Didn't I tell you about that?
Oh my God!
That was so funny.
Yes.
It was that was so funny. Anyway, her son was killed in Vietnam, so we got the sketching of her son's name, and we do that kind of stuff. But the level of emotions that you feel without anybody saying anything, just going to the edge of the sidewalk right there where the wall's only this big, and slowly walking to the other end of it, it'll be emotions like you've never had in your whole life.
Oh, there's no question about Andy. You went there with us, I remember.
Yeah, that was like 20-ish years ago, a little more.
Was it really?
It was at least.
So you were like, what, 4?
Yeah, I was. Well, I was
only
just
4 years old.
Born, actually, but I still remember it.
Our timing in that worked out perfectly, by the way, because we went and saw all these, toured the White House, and we went around. It was a magnificent thing. Went to the Supreme Court and saw, all of that stuff going on and all the rest of it. Just having a wonderful time the whole time. We're walking down the street, and I get distracted somehow, and I look up, and there's this guy harassing the hell out of Andy. I'm like, what is this? Do you remember that, Andy?
What? I thought this was in Las Vegas.
No. That was in Washington, D.C.
This was a different time?
Yep, it was a different time. You don't remember that guy? He was a big guy, and he started harassing you for money and all the rest of it. And I walked over and grabbed the guy, and he dropped his bag, and all his pennies spread everywhere and all the rest of it. But I didn't have to tag him or anything, because once I grabbed him, he realized he shouldn't be there. So that was pretty smart, I thought. But yeah, we go to visit all these horrible things. I mean, there are wonderful things about something that was horrible. That's what I should say. These things are wonderful, actually. But that guy had no interest. And what's funny about that, as I told a guy, get the hell out of here now, a taxi pulls up, and the guy throws the door up and goes, get your ass in here. You don't be walking around here. Which I thought was pretty terrific.
It sounds like the locals know the locals.
Oh, yes. Oh, definitely.
That's the thing is, I looked like a teenager until I was like 25. So it's not like he had some excuse of, I thought you were a grown man. I clearly wasn't.
So you don't remember him grabbing you?
Mm-mm.
You know that Andy
different things happen when you're talking about homeless people.
Yeah, there you go.
It's kind of unpredictable.
So that's not good.
Mom decided to come back for the last 2 minutes of the show.
She just woke up?
No.
Oh, you knew it was me that was here.
Yeah.
You have to turn your mic on.
Can you turn on my mic too?
Yeah, turn your mic on, honey.
It's over there by you.
Oh, this one over here. That's right. There you go.
Hello.
Oh, we were just talking about very emotional stuff about friends being killed in Vietnam and all that stuff.
Yes.
And it just
That's bad.
And that guy trying to steal money from Andy in Washington, D.C., where I had to grab the guy. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. That was...
It was not pretty.
Jude. Now he's licking the cabinet cover.
Along the same lines of memories and things that we've experienced, my time in the military was during Desert Storm.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
15, 16 years after Vietnam ended. But Black Hawk Down, the movie Black Hawk Down, was about stuff that happened in 1992, I think. Maybe 93. But I bought a copy of that movie, and I was going to watch it. I bought a copy of that movie. I had to leave it on a shelf for 10 years before I could put it in my DVD player.
I guess it was even way worse than the movie.
Oh, yeah. It's always way worse than the movie.
Yeah.
1992, you were right.
That was about Somalia, wasn't it?
Yep.
Well, see, but these guys were guys that served with me. And that's so that, I didn't serve with them directly. I never knew any of them. But we were in the service at the same time. And that just put that movie in a different place for me personally. It took me a long time to be able to have the mental capacity to watch that movie.
That would be a tough one.
I would imagine. So how's your day so far, Kathryn?
We're trying to close on a property on Friday, and I've been given the wrong email address
Yep.
to the people that need all of this information. I already sent all the information to somebody else. I'm like, what is happening? Apparently, the manager of the association got her Christmas bonus and quit.
Oh,
So the assistant manager is now the
That's what
manager.
I would do.
My real estate agent was on a cruise until yesterday, so nobody was checking on anything for me.
Right.
Wrong email addresses. Just, oh my
Nobody
God.
ever finishes their work.
Seriously, you have to you have to
Yep.
triple check that everybody
You
has
do.
done what they say they're going to do
Yep.
anymore. It's really kind of sad.
Well,
I am tired.
But
Thank you
everything's
very
okay.
much.
Is everything okay?
I think everything's okay. I don't know.
Who knows?
I
we
just
got
called to
2
try.
whole days, so.
I tried to call to see if anybody's receiving any of this information that they desperately had to have today, and nobody's answering their phones. So
Great.
it's great.
Hey, the holiday season's over, folks. It's what, the 8th, 7th or 8th of
7th.
January? 7th of January? Yeah.
Well, apparently, while I was gone and you guys were having your conversations, apparently somebody was shot in the face in Minneapolis during an ICE raid.
And apparently someone shot an ICE officer, so a lot of shooting.
Oh, that's not. See, that's
Oh,
not.
God.
That's not what they were reporting.
Well, no,
Isn't
both
that-
things happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. ICE
Jeez.
shot someone and then someone shot ICE, as far as I'm aware. So
Not necessarily in that order.
Yeah.
Man.
There you
God
go.
only knows at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
34th
34th
in Portland.
is when the ICE, someone shot ICE, right, Margaret? I think that's what she said.
Oh, wow.
And then there was also the other thing that happened. I don't know if they're connected or what, but all I know is I'm glad I don't live in Minneapolis anymore.
It's so sad. I used to love that city. I still love the city, but what they've done to it makes me very sad. God, I was a little kid, 10 years old, wandering Plymouth Avenue. Nobody ever bothered me,
I
ever.
know. It's a different world.
It's a different world now.
I only got shot in the face a couple times in Minneapolis.
Yeah, there you go.
After the third time, though, I was like, I gotta get out of
Well,
here.
you gotta make the move.
Boy.
Well, I got a few minutes left, Kathryn. You want to contribute anything?
Oh, sorry. I just, like I said, I just was taking care of business. Didn't mean to.
Oh, no,
You,
gotta
want to
do
ask
it.
me about my book?
Yeah. What about your book?
Oh, I wrote a book about the gold star.
What's the title of your book?
The title is Yours Very Sincerely and Respectfully.
There you go.
Incidentally, it's the closing remarks from Abraham Lincoln on his infamous Bixby letter.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the Bixby letter?
I am not.
It was basically a letter written to a Gold Star mom during the Civil War.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
The 3-paragraph letter. It's written in pure Abraham Lincoln style, and we engrave it into a plaque and we leave it with the family so that they know that we were there.
Okay.
And it's signed Yours Very Sincerely and Respectfully, Abraham Lincoln. I'd recite it to you, but you'd think after reading it 555 times I'd have it memorized, but I don't.
Well, that's okay.
Such is life.
But anyway, that's the plaque is there, and that's where the title of the book comes from. 2026 we'll see the sequel.
Okay.
I wrote the first book about Gold Star families after visiting with 64 Gold Star families. At last count, I am up to 553.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's great.
So I might have a couple more stories that need to be written into a book. And not for nothing, the book, the Yours Very Sincerely and Respectfully, we've managed to sell like 8,500 copies without being in any bookstore.
Really?
Wow. Good
Wonderful.
for you.
Yeah, and we just signed a distribution deal for that book. So we will get into bookstores.
We
In
just drove
2026,
by
we'll get
a
it.
bookstore and we're very shocked that there are bookstores still open.
I know, there's
Oh,
not a
there's-
ton.
They've all closed.
You know, the smart ones have put a Starbucks inside,
Oh,
Ah.
yeah.
and that's keeping them
Well,
all open.
Alex Gerard, my friend, worked at Barnes and Noble or
I think.
Borders. One of the two.
Okay.
Like ages ago. And yeah, it's like even back then, it was mostly just people filtering in to get coffee, and then sometimes they'd see a book on the way out and buy it. And that was the marketing strategy: is come in, get Starbucks, and maybe you'll buy a book.
Well, what I'm hoping to do is get into the convenience stores at all the airports.
Oh, yeah. That's a great
That's
place.
where
to
people
Yeah.
buy books.
Yep.
So, but now I could never do that without a distribution deal. And now I have a distribution deal. So we'll be working on that. Yes, the book is on Amazon.
Okay.
However, if you buy it off Amazon, I won't sign it.
Uh-oh.
If you buy it from the goldstarride.org website, I will sign it.
Well, because you can't sign it if they buy it on Amazon, because how could you?
Well, okay, yeah, because I don't get to see it.
Right.
It ships direct from Amazon.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if you buy it from the website, then it has to go through me, and I'll sign it before I send it out.
Oh, well, there you go.
That's fair.
There's your hot tip.
So yeah, thanks for asking about the book.
Well, see, there you go.
So yeah, in April when I start that ride in April, if you guys are still down there, I could come and hang out with you guys in your studio.
Well,
Sure.
you can do that. Absolutely. Get that done.
Yeah.
No
We'll
question.
make sure that we talk about such things.
Yeah.
Maybe if you guys have been gone for a week, I can still go to hang out in your studio.
There you go.
True.
You have to climb up to the second floor and pick the lock. But other than that,
I don't see that happening.
no, you don't climb buildings anymore.
No, I don't. No, I can barely climb on my motorcycle. I just found out last week that I ripped the muscle off my rotator cuff.
Oh,
Wow.
that's awful.
I'm looking at scheduling some big surgery. That's probably why I won't get to Florida till the end of April.
No, yeah, you
Because they're looking at a 3-month recovery.
Yeah, it's a long recovery for shoulders.
Yeah, and I was just in pain for a year and a half, thinking, yeah, I think I'm supposed to be in pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the VA said maybe we should take a look at that. So
Oh, so you've had a torn muscle for a year and a half?
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Well, half of the muscle that goes onto the rotator cuff, half of it's gone and half of it's still attached.
Jesus. All right, that is going to do it. Any closing words?
Oh, I just saw a little story about Brett Favre.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, his Parkinson's is so bad now. He's really in a bad way. So
I didn't even know he had Parkinson's.
I didn't either till I saw this post about how
Yeah,
he's
I
given
think
up and he's having a hard time swallowing and all that stuff. And once
Oh.
Parkinson's gets to that point, it's probably
Well, how old is he? He's not that old, is he?
56,
Ooh,
maybe.
that's too young.
He is, 56. Wow, that is quite young to have end-stage Parkinson's.
Well,
That's, yeah.
get hit all the time being a football
Yeah,
player.
how many concussions did he
Can't-
have?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it can't
true.
help. It can't
You
help.
never
Can't be
know.
good for you.
No, it's really sad.
It's
That's a
true.
shame.
All right, that is going to do it. We'll talk to you tomorrow on Tom Bernard Show.
Bye.
Bye.
Every time I hear the singing reminds me how you talk in my door.